What's good, everybody? It's your boys. Welcome back to Kill Time, a podcast with your three favorite people. Well, this week, actually, I guess it's only two of your favorite people. TJ and Kain are here. Before we get in, my back itches. Hold up. Wait a minute. Oh, that was nice. Before we get going, I do want to say thank you guys. This is our 15th episode. We've done 14 so far, and we're going to keep these coming. We're going to continue to make this show weekly. That being said, if you know of any small business or own a small business yourself and you are looking to expand your marketing, feel free to reach out to any three of us at any of our socials. We're pretty easy to find. Most people that listen to this now know who we are. If you don't, again, it's Kain Wilder on pretty much every social platform or Wilder42K. TJ you can pretty much find on anything under TJVB2304.
Yeah.
Word, dude. I'm happy I memorized that. But yeah, so we want to help you guys. We want to grow businesses. We want to grow our business of this podcast. And we'd like to advertise and help you guys out. Anyways, TJ, how was your week?
It was solid, man. I apologize for my absence last week and missing the interview with RJ. But
sometimes when you lose somebody else's pet, that'll happen.
Dude, no. I didn't lose them. They're fucking okay. I was at my friend Bev's house, and they have like a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of like nooks and crannies, and these fucking kittens, dude, were like the size of my hand.
Damn.
I didn't lose them. I just before we
you
started
misplaced
recording,
them. Gotcha.
I was like, I just want to see where they're at, and I couldn't find them for the fucking life of me. And it took me so, but then I found them. They were chilling like behind this chair, and I was like, "What the fuck, man?"
At least you were able to find them, man. I feel like cats are so much easier to lose. If you have a dog, it's hard to lose.
Yeah, I just knew they weren't outside, so I was like, I know they're somewhere in here. It's just Jesus Christ, where are they? It's a big house.
Yeah. Honestly, my week has been fine this past week. The last few days have sucked, but today in particular, we're recording this at 11 o'clock Central Time. That's midnight.
It is
Eastern.
midnight for me. Yes, sir.
Tuesday night / Wednesday morning. I'm exhausted. I've worked 25 hours in the last 2 days. I'm just beat. Travis is sleeping. That's why he's not here, is because he has to be to work at 5 a.m. And it's just, today sucked. I worked 13 hours today, and I'm just fucking tired, mentally exhausted. Not physically. My job is not a physical labor job. It's a mental labor job, and it's showing today. I'm tired. It rained all day. It's been storming.
I don't know how you do it, man. I could never sit at a desk all day. I would literally fucking.
It ain't
lose.
even like.
Go ahead. My ADHD would kill me with that. I couldn't do that.
But like, bro, it ain't even like sitting at a desk all day. It's not like you walk around the lot, you find cars, you talk to customers. So like, you are moving a lot. Yes, you do sit at the desk because if you're making phone calls, you're generally sitting there like on the computer making phone calls, or like. If you're with a customer, you're either at the desk or in a car, but you do a lot of things, and it's not just sitting there, because the whole time, like, your mind is going 1,000 miles an hour because you're trying to overcome what that person is going to tell you. You're trying to make sure that they're happy, their needs are met, and that you're still going to get paid. Regardless of what people think, like, salesmen are not slime balls. Like, my job, the way I take it is, because I never anticipated being a salesman, is to treat every single person like it was my mother, brother, sister, father, grandma, auntie walking into the store and they were getting a car deal, you know? That being said, though, like, it's a business. I'm in this business to make money. I'm not trying to fucking kill anybody. There isn't money in car deals like a lot of people think. Like in the 80s and 90s, it's not how it works anymore. But like, I have to make money. You know what I mean? Like, I have to get paid as much as you need this car. I still have to make money. It's a business. I'm selling you. It's a transaction. I need to make a profit. And it's just like your mind is just constantly trying to find those things of, okay, well, this has a scratch. Yeah, well, it's a 100,000-mile used car. Like, it's going to have scratches. Or like, oh, there's a little vibration in it. Oh, well, that could just be a flat spot. I'll have the service check it out. And I do actually have service check it out. They figure it out. It could just be a flat spot on the tire from sitting on the lot. Could be a bunch of different things. But I addressed that before the vehicle is sold. That way it's fixed and whatever. But there's just so much that can go wrong. And Today showed that, dude. Like, I was there 13 hours, and I dealt with one customer for 6 hours of it. They showed up at 5:30 or 4:30, and I didn't get home till 10. And it was just, like, we closed at 8. Did you
sell it?
No.
Did you close it?
Nope. Well, I closed it. So it's hard to explain. Kind of the way our store runs is my job isn't to close on, like, payment. So most dealerships, you walk in, you get a monthly payment, and you're either like, yay or nay. Well, the way our dealership does it is we show you, hey, this is the price of the car. Is that fine with you? They say yes. I get all my paperwork together, bring it to finance, and then they do all that. I don't know your credit. I don't know your interest rate. I don't know what monthly term you're going with. I don't know what your payment's going to be. Have no clue.
Oh, weird.
It's not my job. So, like, I did my job. I closed them on the number. Got into finance. Number for the monthly payment was way more than what they wanted it to be. We're still going to try and rehash it tomorrow. Blah, 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 blah. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, anything can go wrong, especially when you do business like that. It makes my job, quote unquote, it makes my job easier because I don't have to go over any of that with a customer. It makes my job easier, but it also makes it harder because then you have nights like this where you've been with a customer for 5 hours. They go into the finance office and then they blow out and you're like, I just worked 13 hours and I didn't make a dime today. I didn't make a cent. You know what I mean?
And it's tough, man. I mean, people are picky. I mean, I am personally. Like, a car is a big deal, you know? It's a big
because
purchase.
I mean, you pay that kind of money, you want your car to be perfect and you want it to be exactly what you want it to be. And I completely understand that. That's not even what I'm saying. Like, it's
tough to get someone to be like, all right, yeah, this is the one.
Yeah, especially, like, I mean, think about, like, so think of, like, Cody. Cody's driving, I think it's a 2019 or a 2020 Toyota Corolla, SE or LE. Like, realistically, it's a $15,000 to $20,000 car. It's a $23,000 car brand new. He's got, like, 60,000 miles on it. Realistically, it's a $10,000 to $15,000 car. Like, it's a $10,000 to $15,000 car. You come in, his is paid off, certain things. Obviously play a factor into both of those options, but it's paid off. He's trading it in, you know, and he lands on like a Yukon. A Yukon brand new is minimum $60,000. You know what I mean? So let's say he's on a used one that has 30,000 miles on it, and it's 45,000. You know, like, you can't come in being like, hey, my car's paid off. I was only paying $400 a month. That's what I want to be at. Well, that's not how math works.
That's not. Yeah.
That's not math. Like, math doesn't math that way. You know. And that's the biggest thing is finding ways to explain that. And the car business is literally just a word track business. You say the same things to every single person because it works, not just to sell them a car, but to make sure they're in the right car for them. Because if you walk in and you say you're looking for this car, 75% of the people that come in and say I'm looking for this car will leave in a different car.
Yeah.
Statistically proven, it's like 70 or 75% because you're going to tell me what you need because I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to say, hey, do you have any kids? Like, it's going to seem like a conversation because that's what it is. I'm just getting to know you. We're brand new. We're strangers. I'm helping you on the lot, whatever. We're talking on the street. It's just a conversation. So, like, hey, man, how's it going? Whatever. You say, oh, it's good. Great, man. What are you looking for today? Oh, well, I'm really looking for a Honda Civic. Great, man. Well, let me ask you a few questions. Like, what are you driving right now? Well, I'm driving a Honda CRV and I want to downsize. Okay, perfect. Do you have any kids? Yeah, I got 2 kids. They're like 8 and 9, and that's my first red flag. I'd be like, and you want to downsize? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I'll be like, oh, so why are you trying to downsize? He's like, man, whatever, just payment. Oh, perfect. Well, we might not necessarily have to look at a Honda Civic. We do have other SUVs that may be cheaper than a Honda CRV. And just, you know what I mean? Like, it's just word tracks. You say the same thing. You give me a hypothetical, I can pretty much fucking talk you through and get you in the exact vehicle that you actually need, not the vehicle that you think you want or need. And that's my job. I'm the professional. I do it every day. And then it's my job to prove to you, hey, this is exactly what you said you needed. This is it, you know, like it. And if I show you that vehicle and you're like, nah, it's not going to work. Well, why not? You said this checks all those boxes. Why not this vehicle? Oh, well, I really don't like the color. Sir, I can't do anything about the color. Whatever. And when it comes down to payment, it really is just, hey, I mean, you're going from a 2019 Corolla to a 23 Yukon that's 60 grand. You know your payment's going to go up.
It's gonna go up. It's
Yeah,
just common sense. Yeah,
and that's the hurdle. That's the hurdle. But I'm sorry we got sidetracked talking about that. I didn't even want to like talk about that. This podcast it just kind of happened.
Yeah, we just slipped into that real quick. But
have you been paying attention to the World Cup at all?
I've just kind of like I've seen the U.S. has been doing better than normal.
We won today, bro. We're in the round of 16. We're in the knockout round, bro. So I'm just saying, like, we tied against England. It's officially called soccer now. It's no longer called football. Just saying.
USA by 1776, bro. You know what I'm saying?
USA winning by 1,776. No big deal.
It's fucking. Oh my god, that's funny though. But yeah, no, I haven't really been paying. Like, I do know it's Neymar, fucking Ronaldo, and Messi's all last one. I did
Really?
See that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's every 4 years. I don't think any of them are going to be playing another 4 years.
Yeah, they all announced before this one that it was their last one, so
that would make sense.
It's crazy. Because dude, I'll be honest, soccer casual here.
Yeah, like I'm not big into soccer, but like it's really hard for me to watch on TV.
Yeah, it's tough.
It really is.
I bet in person it's way more hype.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like, dude, even when we were at Mayfield, like
going to soccer games was fun.
Like I went to B Spa for a long time and they had football, and then when I came to Mayfield, you guys didn't have football, but soccer, I was like, dude, this is equally as hype.
Yeah, like
just with less people.
It's the only thing we care about, bro. Like, it's the only thing Mayfield's good at.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
I think USA actually has a pretty good chance at least getting past the next round of the round of 16, but I mean, realistically, we shouldn't have even been there. I guess in most people's opinions, I don't know much. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched a men's national team soccer game, other than today I watched the Iran game. But
if you put a gun to my head and said name one player on the team, I'm done.
Done. Over.
Yeah.
Mush on the back wall.
No, actually, I saw TikTok and there's some dude. His last
name but what's his name? What's his name?
Dude, I don't know.
Exactly, you're dead.
Yeah, dead. That's it. It's crazy.
Over.
I don't know any soccer players. So.
Me either. I mean, football. The reason why I kind of brought that up is because I actually read a story today. I think it was actually like from 4 or 5 days ago. I think it's the president of Qatar, or it's some form of leadership in Qatar, announced that there were 400 to 500 worker-related deaths or worker deaths during the construction of the World Cup stadiums or during the events of the World Cup since I think it was like 2012 or something like that through 2021, which is like the all-time record for like World Cup. Like, yeah, unreal.
What the fuck?
I was like, what the fuck were these work habits? And I read the article a little bit, and I mean, I didn't really gain too much information from it, just being honest. But like one of them was they got rid of a labor law that Qatar had that was like some employers had control over the employees enough to where they could say whether they could leave that job, whether they could go on vacation, whether they could go on go out of the country. Like, when I say leave the job, from what I gathered in this article was like whether they could quit or like leave the building.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then they upped their minimum wage, I think. Don't hold me to this. This could just be the wrong number, but it was like 1,000 Qatari, which is like their form of currency, a month. Right. Which, like, wow, okay, 1,000 a month, like, all right,
I don't know like how much that
$275 US.
A month.
A month.
I mean, bro, that's not that. Wow.
That may be my groceries for the month.
Yeah, probably.
I'm living on the street, but at least I'm eating well.
I'm eating solid, but I'm living under a bridge.
It was just wild,
Nah,
like
that's
reading that
that's
story, and then it's
crazy.
like, hey, that was the whole reason why they did it was because they said, hey, you need better infrastructure, you need better roads, you need better stadiums, like, and through all this, FIFA wants you to do better labor laws, like no child labor and things like that, or
Yeah.
certain things, whatever it was, I'm not sure. Um, but that's why
Soccer's crazy,
that's why
bro.
that death toll is so high, is because it wasn't just, hey, we're building stadiums. It's they essentially like overhauled the entire city, from what I understand. Like
Dude,
better roads, better fucking trolley
fucking
systems.
soccer games are fucking nuts.
Mm-hmm.
They probably bring in so much traffic that yeah, they probably do have to beef up
Especially the
the
World Cup, dude.
surrounding.
Like not even it's not one game. Like you're talking
Yeah,
fucking 100 games. I wonder how many games are played in the World
games.
Cup. How many
I don't,
games are
I don't know a
played
lot. I
in
can
the World
imagine.
Cup? I'm looking it up right now. A total of 64 games will be played to decide the winner of the FIFA World Cup in 2022. 64.
64 total.
64 total games.
Wow,
That's unreal.
that's a lot.
That's how many games an NBA team plays almost. 18 shy.
Yeah, that's close.
That's
Yeah,
more games than an NHL team plays in a year. They play 62, I think.
dude. I've been speaking of NHL. I've been slowly
I love hockey.
watching more.
I love
I,
hockey.
dude, never been a huge hockey fan.
If you guys come down here, we'll take you to a Preds game. I'm going to a Preds game in February. I'm going to
I
see
saw you went to a
the Preds.
Titans game.
Yeah. I went to the Titans Bengals game this past Sunday. It was cold as fuck. Like it wasn't cold. It was like 50 degrees out, right? Like it wasn't cold,
You
but it
guys
was
look like you were
windy as
wearing
fuck.
t-shirts.
I was
You
in
guys look
a
like you were
long
wearing
sleeve
t-shirts.
and
Oh,
a
okay.
jersey and shorts, and then Haley was in like a long sleeve, a jersey, and then leggings. Like it wasn't cold. It was like 50 degrees. Like I was comfortable in shorts, but the wind was
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous, man. Like I
How
got
high up were you?
windburn. I mean, we were like 3 rows from the top. Yeah.
Yeah,
But it
that'll
wasn't
do it.
we've sat up there before and it's never been an issue. It was just a windy day.
That's
Like it's
tough.
whatever. It was just like, oh, it fucking sucked, man. It sucked. It was so cold.
That does suck.
Not like again, it wasn't temperature. Like we weren't complaining that it was cold. It was just like this wind sucks.
I got so lucky when I went to the Bills Packers game.
Oh, I bet.
Buffalo was so fucking warm
Yeah,
and it wasn't windy.
yeah.
So I was just kind of chilling. I mean, even though, all right, I'm probably gonna get some hate for this, but this Bills Stadium is rough, dude.
It fucking
I was
sucks.
sitting on,
I've been there
yeah,
twice. The Bills Stadium sucks. That's why they're getting
yeah,
a new one.
it's fucking shitty, dude. It's like sitting on high school bleachers at the top deck.
Yeah,
And you know, I was tailgating a little bit before, so I was like, dude, this is sketchy as fuck. I'm like climbing over people.
yeah.
I'm like, this is so dumb. I'm glad they're getting a new stadium. That'll be.
Yeah, I'm really hyped. The Titans are supposed to get a new stadium too, and they're talking like
Saw that.
it's gonna be dope. They're building a dome stadium, which I think is ironic because they're not building a dome stadium in Buffalo, which is super
I know,
fucking funny.
what the fuck? Like, why the fuck?
I don't know.
At least build like
Because
a
like the whole justification
retractable-
for us building a new stadium is because Nissan Stadium is becoming not only outdated, but it needs to be basically
renovated.
like not rebuilt, but like the structure isn't sound anymore. It's been 20 years and they built it with concrete instead of steel. It's been like 25
Oh,
years.
yeah.
So they're rebuilding or going to remake that stadium. And the whole reason they made it domed is because the NFL will not host a Super Bowl unless the stadium's domed. They won't. They won't do it.
Really?
So they want to have a dome stadium for that purpose. Well, yeah, think about it. It's
I
in
didn't know that.
February.
I
Like
didn't know that. Yeah, that makes sense. It'd probably be
so
a snow game every year if it.
yeah, so they're doing that for that purpose. Plus, they're going to be having a ton of more events. Like there, many more concerts, CMA Fest, like different things like that will be held at the stadium, and for it to be indoors will be huge. You know, like
Yeah.
I mean, in the summer it's 95 plus humidity out here, if not worse. And then
Speaking of football, the Packers, baby. You see Jordan Love?
I did. He actually played really well. I was really impressed.
Dude, he actually played. I was like, oh damn.
Me
Because I'll
too.
be honest, I didn't think we had a shot against the Eagles, and then I was like, oh dude, it's 20-20. I was like, we're fucking right with them. I was like, what the fuck? And then Aaron, dude, I think that thumb injury with Rodgers.
He's supposed to come back this week. He was already saying he was coming back this week.
No, I know he said he was coming back, but I think he's just battling. It's been a consistent. He's thrown some rough looking balls this year.
Yeah, I think he should have retired.
But dude, Jordan Love looks solid. I mean, dude, if Will's still watching this on stream, he fucking texted me. He fucking texted me, dude, on Snapchat, some like Jordan Love stickers, and he was like, "It's time, bro." And I was like, dude, I don't know. I think it was a odd pick deep down, but it can be solid.
It'll work out. I mean, you guys are going to draft another quarterback in 2 years, so it doesn't matter. I mean, probably. Let's be honest. I don't really. This is me being honest. We obviously didn't have anything slated for this podcast. We were anticipating a guest. Plus, we normally have Travis. Both of those two things didn't happen. So I just kind of came up with a couple like oddball topics. A couple of them are conspiracy theories. One of them is. So I keep seeing this all over, and obviously it's been a blooming, I guess, industry or way of life. What do you think of like the small house shit?
Oh, dude, like a
little trailer, yeah, like a tiny home, like a little trailer, or like maybe not even just that, but like the minimalistic, like people live in like a 400 square foot apartment with like it'll just be like their bed, a plant, in a light bulb. Like,
dude, this is a hot take, but like I could totally do that.
I could definitely live in like a small tiny home.
I feel like, dude, realistically, if I had like cover and a bed and like somewhere to use the bathroom, I'd be chilling. I know a lot of people aren't like that, but like
I really do like detaching. Like I really want to go camping more. I want to do like mountainous shit, and I really wish I still had my Dakota because of the camper cap on the back. I wish I actually utilized that more when I had it. That thing was sick. But like if I had my stream set up, like if I had my computer, internet, like I said, a tiny home that just had normal amenities, because like we utilize our whole space obviously, but like we never go to the pool. Like we never, you know what I mean? Like we don't utilize a lot of the things that are here.
All the stuff. I don't know. I think it's cool too because like you can travel with it. You know what I mean? Like you're not set to one spot, I guess. I think it's a cool idea if you don't have like a whole fucking family. You know, if it's like you and like maybe a spouse.
Like I feel like you couldn't have a dog. It'd be really tough to have a dog.
It'd be tough, but maybe.
Because like you're saying you would have to travel to pretty much a remote location every time, or like a rural location every time. You couldn't travel to a city because then your dog's just chilling in the trailer the whole time.
Yeah, that's true.
But I guess it really depends on the size of the dog and the loyalty of the dog and then how trained it is.
I don't know. I think it's a cool idea. I mean, I don't know if I could really do it because, like, you're living off nothing.
Yeah.
You know, you got pretty much close to nothing anyways.
I mean, I don't think I could do, like, a minimalistic, but, like, I've always wanted...
I don't think I could.
I love the idea of just going somewhere and, like, camping in the back of your truck and, like, shit like that and, like, setting up a tent.
I've always wanted to like take like an old VW van, you know what I'm talking about, and like take that and just kind of drive across like America.
Yeah, the shit that I see is like, it's basically like outfitted trucks. Like, so how the Dakota was, it'll be like a truck cap, and then like how that whole thing flipped open, and then you would put your tent off of that, like it would be a thing that like comes down, and be like a whole tarp. And, like, you can set up, like, a little campfire under it. You have, like, the whole interior of your truck still. And then you have, like, where you're going to sleep in the tent or things like that. I think that's so sick. And my buddy wants to do it with, like, a 4Runner or a Tacoma. And I think that would be fucking sick.
That would be cool as fuck, dude. I love hiking. I try to do it as much as I can, but it's tough because...
Yeah.
I don't live in I've hiked a lot of the Adirondacks, but I just don't have a ton of people who like hiking, so.
My buddy has actually started, like, hikes/walks, like, being a guide, around Nashville.
Really?
Yeah, but like
That's
it's
cool.
like unreal shit. Like he's in pretty decent shape, but he was like, "Yeah, it's for beginners," and I was like, "Oh, sick, that'd be dope." And he did
It's
one
for
last weekend,
beginners.
and guess how long it was? Like, guess how long the fucking
I don't know, 5 miles.
seven? It was like 7.3 mile loop, and like,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
tough.
it's not
That's
like a
long.
ton, but like you're starting
That's
at 1 in
long.
the afternoon on a Sunday, and like you're walking around. It's not a park. It's called like Beeman Loop or something like that. Which oddly enough, like that's the company I work for is Beeman. Like that's a big name in Nashville, but
Gotcha.
it's like Beeman Loop or Beeman Park, and I was like, fuck that. Like I need like a 2 mile, 3-4 mile thing. Like seven's a lot. Seven's a
Dude. I
lot
mean,
for a beginner, bro.
yeah. If it's your first hike, that's fucking tough,
I mean,
dude.
I've hiked before, but not in years. Let alone like I don't want to just walk for 7 hours. Like especially if it's just like a little park. If it was like a hike and it was like, hey, it's 3 miles up. Fuck, that's gonna suck. But like, hey, start around like 10, 11. You're back down at the bottom of the mountain by like 6, 7. Go out to dinner. You had a nice like
Chilling.
outdoorsy day type thing. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that,
Nice little
I'm
vibe.
vibing. Like I'm for it. But like, you're talking a 7 mile loop, like around a little park. I'm gonna just have to
I
walk
know.
for 7 hours.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I've always enjoyed the hiking because, poking smut in the wilderness is very fun, especially when you're at the top and
Poking
you're
smut.
chilling. And fuck, now it's got me all fucked up. But dude, I mean, it depends how like steep the hike is, depending on like the length. Like if it's like 7 miles, but it's relatively flat, like that's not too
Were
too bad. But
were
if
you in
it's
Mayfield? No, you weren't in Mayfield until like middle school, right?
ninth grade
Yeah, so like
was my
in
first year.
fifth grade, we like every school year. I don't know if they still do it, but every year fifth graders take a trip to Pocomocritti, which is like it's it's literally like an outdoor escape. Like there's no power. There's power, but it's to charge your phone or like set an alarm. Like there's no TVs. You have to
Gotcha.
bring a flashlight. Like you go night hiking. You go and play dodgeball. You go like rope course. It's like an outdoor adventure park type thing, but
Sounds kind of dope.
it's like
Yeah.
yeah, like you would go for 3 or 4 nights, and it was super
I
cool.
miss I
Yeah,
miss playing dodgeball.
me too. Like
I know that's a weird.
it's not, dude. Like there's never just a pickup dodgeball game anywhere. But
No, ever, dude. You know what I mean?
so we did that in fifth grade, and like I hiked like 2 or 3 mountains there, and then we did it again my senior year of high school, and like I like doing that, but I don't know, like that doesn't fucking get me excited. If I like was staying
Yeah.
there, I'd be like, fuck yeah. Like if I hike up a mountain, stay there for a night, hike back down, or like stay at the bottom of the mountain or whatever, and do a
Yeah.
hike, and then next day hike another one, or like camp, whatever. That'd be sick. But I don't want to just like hike a mountain, come back down, and like
Like that's it.
yeah, like I don't want that to be it. I
Yeah.
want it to be like a day thing. I don't want it to
Yeah.
be
I
like from like
do.
1 to 7 on a 7 mile loop around a park. I'm really hung up on this.
Honestly, honestly, dude. Like I'd rather be camping somewhere and then you like walk to a hike and then you like hike that back
Or
to like a
like
campsite.
you're out in the woods and you're just like, hey, let's go for a walk in the woods, or like, and you go on like a
Yeah.
3 mile walk and come back. Like, I don't want to be
All
on
of
an
a sudden,
organized hike. I don't
I
want
mean,
somebody to
what?
call me and be like, hey, let's go on a hike in 2 weeks on the 14th.
Well,
And
I don't
maybe
know.
like, yeah, because then the day's going to come and I'm going to be like, why the fuck did I say yes to this?
That's how you end up on a lost and found fucking
Yeah,
report, man.
that's the point.
I mean, oh, okay. I mean, you're just trying to disappear into the woods, then yeah, that'd be successful. But like, it depends where you're hiking, bro. If you get off the trail, you could be fucked.
For sure. Like, I'm not saying like that type of shit, but like you're going out camping, like you're doing like this Outlander shit. You pull up in your fucking Toyota Tacoma, you set up your fucking shit,
Yeah.
and you're like, let's go for a walk, and you just go for a walk, man.
I don't have a Toyota Tacoma.
Well, I know.
Do you?
No.
Well,
It's just like that's what people use for outlanding, bro. I think.
I don't know.
I think that's what they use. I don't know.
Dude,
I know
where-
very little about the subject.
What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know. Anyways, so that was just like my first general question. I want to talk about some of these conspiracy theories. The
That all
first,
started with the tiny house.
yeah, yeah.
All right, final consensus. I think I would like to do it for a little bit, but not permanently.
Yeah, like maybe when I'm retired, like maybe when I'm like
Yeah.
55 or 60.
Yeah, for like, I don't know, like 6 months, I would do it. Just drive.
just just 6 months,
I don't know, maybe if it's real shitty, then yeah,
maybe
6 months.
4.
I'd have to, I'd have to cross that bridge when I come to it.
Word.
Because I mean, if it's fire, then I'll keep it going. But
Okay.
yeah, so I guess I'll keep it at that.
I think I would too, man. I would probably do it for like a year.
You want to get a tiny house together?
Sure.
Travel.
Sure. What are we gonna tow with? Neither of us have a Tacoma.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
Word.
We'll find
Okay.
a friend. We'll find
future
a friend who
plans.
has one.
Yeah, future plans.
We'll work it out down the line.
To bring up kind of these conspiracy theories, I've never really even looked into any of these or talked about any of these. The first one is the moon fake?
The moon?
Yeah. Is it a real thing?
Ooh.
Sometimes that bitch be huge. Sometimes that bitch be small.
That's
Why have we never seen the other side?
I don't know.
Simple questions that we don't have answers to.
Oh man, dude, I swear to God, I think sometimes we're in a simulation.
Oh, 100%. But like, is it just like, is it a government base up there? Is it a projection? Like, is it just?
You think it's just like some CGI type shit?
No, I think it's like a government base. Like it's a spaceship.
Like the Death Star or something?
Yeah. Like they say International Space Station, that's the International Space Station.
I've never seen it.
The moon?
The International Space Station.
I've never seen it in person either. I've only seen pictures, and they could easily be fabricated. Think about it.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people have probably seen it in person, but like...
No way! A lot of people have seen the International Space Station in person.
No, probably not, but a good handful of astronauts and NASA people probably.
No way. How many? I'm looking it up. How many people?
They probably got telescopes and shit.
No. Again, that could be easily fabricated, bro.
Dude,
how many?
I always think that too. I'm like, dude, what if shit didn't go down the way people want people to think it went down?
So let's see. There have only been, as of September of 2021, there has only been 244 individuals have made 403 space flights to the International Space Station.
See, that's on the space station.
That's how else you going to see it? A telescope could easily be fabricated to just show that in the stars. Pictures of it on the ground could easily be made.
Okay. All right.
And while we're on the subject, is the moon landing real? No chance.
Probably not.
Why haven't we been back? Or are we already there? Are we still there? Let's say the moon's real. Let's go back. The moon's real. We're no longer saying the moon's fake. I think it's fake.
Why was it such a big deal to get to the moon?
Because it was the Cold War race and like space exploration and blah blah.
No, I get all that, but then once you break it down, like, whoo, we made it to the moon.
And we just haven't done anything with it.
No, yeah, what do you do?
Put a flag up there.
That's probably not real.
It's not. If the moon's not real, how could that be real? What if the moon isn't real and it is a space station, and there are people up there, and they put the flag up there, and that's just like a little antenna?
I've always wondered if Star Wars is real. When I was younger.
Well, there's definitely other people and species out there for sure. We've talked about that on here.
Yeah, we definitely have talked about that, but I don't know if it's fake. It's definitely something.
I'm just saying. I've never once seen it.
Weird we haven't gone back. Why can't we go back? Why was it such a big deal to get there? Then we got there, and now we never go back.
I don't know, bro.
Exactly.
I mean, Elon Musk is trying to get us to Mars, but
I don't know how that's gonna go either.
why don't we fucking focus on the moon first?
Yeah, what's going on?
We haven't even conquered the fucking moon, unless we have, and they're not telling us. Exactly, dude.
Yeah, why are we?
The moon is fake
if we haven't conquered.
If the moon's real,
dude,
why aren't we going back to the moon more if we haven't already conquered the moon? If it's real,
I mean,
it's a big if.
It's a
big if and a big why. So if the moon's real, then why haven't we continued to go back?
Because what do we need? What are we doing?
I don't know. We don't know what's up there. We've been there like 4 times. How many people have walked on the moon, bro?
No one.
How many people have walked on the moon? Hold up. 12.
6.
12 people have walked on the moon.
Really? 12.
So, you say, what do we need there? We don't know. We don't even know what's there, man.
That's fair.
What's documented is like 40 to 50 years old at this point, or whatever the fuck. I don't even know when we were there.
Haven't been there in a minute.
Haven't been there in a while. Haven't had boots on the ground, you know? Like,
was it 60s?
That's my thing about Australia, dude. Have you ever been to Australia?
No.
When was the last time we had boots on the ground there?
Whoa, what? What do you mean?
Answer my question.
Boots on the ground.
When was the last time you knew somebody that went to Australia? It's confirmed Australia is not real.
That's not true. I've met Australians.
That doesn't matter. Easily fabricated story about being from Australia.
Yo, what's up with you in the fabrication?
Because think about it, this is all a lie. Birds aren't real either. I'm a firm believer that birds aren't real.
Here we go with the birds. Birds have always freaked me out.
There's a legitimate case that birds aren't real. That they're government fucking cameras and shit. Think about it.
I fucking hate bees. I feel like bees could be it too.
You never see like
I saw someone
in old like photos and shit. You never just see birds in the background or something. And when you do, it's like a flock of them or just a couple flying by. It's because the government's trying to hear what's going on, bro.
I heard someone said that bees were like Mark II of the birds because birds couldn't get close enough to people or something.
Yes.
Dude, like who the fuck?
The technology of birds is so bad that they had to come out with bees and like flies and shit to like get close. Because technology's advanced so far since they came out with birds that they had to come out with a new product because they couldn't just start modifying the birds. How are we going to mass recall birds?
You know what I always wonder?
Without anyone noticing.
How the fuck do we know what dinosaurs sound like?
We
have
don't.
No idea.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't know. We just assume.
Also, I think I'm going to look up this percentage. I'm doing a lot of looking up right now. How much of dinosaur... So, I want to get this right. Here we go. How much of a dinosaur skeleton is real? So, this says, indeed, almost all dinosaurs on displays are composites. Finding a 100% complete dinosaur skeleton is completely rare.
A lot of them are...
They're fake fucking bones of just what we assume they are. So, consider Sue, a T-Rex, on display at the Field Museum in Chicago, Illinois. Although she is the most complete T-Rex yet discovered, only 90% of her skeleton by volume and 250 of her approximate 380 total bones were discovered.
Sorry, drinking from my loud...
Think about that. 90%. The most complete ever. So, somebody found the first one. Somebody found the first T-Rex fossil. I was like, yeah, this is what it's going to look like. And then we based off of all of that. It was like, yeah, piece all these together. So now now we think we know based off of the other pieces we found in other dinosaurs and other T-Rexes to put those together. But the first one could have just been fucking completely off. It could have been like a 25%er on the quiz. You know, he could have failed it, got a quarter of the questions right. And we were like, yeah, that's our basis from now on. Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, holy fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've always thought we just kind of assumed the dinosaurs look like. Like, we have no fucking idea.
No, we have no fucking clue, dude. That's kind of so that knocked out two of my conspiracy theories: the fake moon and the moon landing.
Cool.
Both
Cool.
of which were falsified. Another one that I have
I guess.
is what?
I guess.
100%, no doubt in my mind.
Moon landing, I'm skeptical. I'll ride with you. Landing is definitely dicey, but I think the moon is fucking real itself. I don't know.
Okay, so that's my question though, man. Is if the moon's real
Yeah.
and the moon landing was real, why did we only send
Not
12 people to the moon and
necessarily.
decide to scrap it? Be like,
I
yeah,
don't know
no.
the moon landing was real. It could have been
No,
fabricated.
that's what I'm saying. So
Could've
like
been- could've
say
been
the
fabricated
moon's
in
real.
this movie studio.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah, okay.
say the moon is real. Say
Yeah.
the moon landing's real.
Yeah.
If it is real, why are we not going there more? I understand it's a lot of
I feel
money.
like it's fucking
Technology's
pointless.
hard. We only had 12 people there, dude. Imagine if the first 12 people on Earth were like, well, this is fucking pointless. You know what I mean? Like, imagine like
Well, Earth is.
Imagine if amphibians just never developed to walk on Earth and were just like, they got on the fucking beach and they were like, well, this fucking
there's
sucks,
no-
and just went back into the water.
There's no way that's comparable because
How is that not comparable?
The moon's uninhabitable. Inhabitable?
Prove it.
Inhabitable?
Prove it.
Prove it. I
Prove it.
can't. Nothing
How?
lives there.
You don't know
No,
that.
I
We've
can't.
been there
I-
one
no, I
time.
don't. No,
There's
I
only
don't.
been 12 people
I
there.
Motherfuck, I knew you were going to say that. I know I can't prove.
Like,
saying
I'm
I
sure
don't
someone
think-
can scientifically prove to me that the moon, we went to the moon, or that there's no point in going back to the moon. But how is there no point in going back to the fucking moon?
I don't think I'll ever meet a person high enough.
Me either, but like think about that, dude. If the moon landing is real, which I don't think it is, because if it was, we would be going back. So if it is, why haven't we continued to go back? I understand. Okay, let's say it's uninhabitable or uninhabitable, whatever. No big deal. Who cares? Build a fucking space station on that bitch. Make it a fucking like stopping point to get to Mars. No, now we're just
Make a
trying to
fucking
straight shot that
space
bitch.
elevator.
We're just trying
I
to
know.
fucking highway, make an interstate from here to Mars. We ain't even conquered the moon yet.
It's a good ass point.
We don't even, only like
We don't know.
25% of our oceans have been discovered, and we're like, yeah, fuck the moon. We're going straight to Mars. We don't even know enough about our own planet.
I know,
We're saying
they said
fuck the
oceans.
moon. Fuck the moon. Who cares about the moon? Who
Fuck
cares
the
if it's
moon.
uninhabitable? We don't know
Fuck
anything
the
about
ocean.
it. We just think it's a rock.
Yeah, we don't know shit. Realistically,
We're gonna kill our planet before we can even learn our whole planet.
probably.
Wild. We got to
I
get
was
off this
thinking about
one.
that too. Yeah,
Speaking
we
of the
gotta
planet,
move. We gotta move.
there's like this giant conspiracy theory about like when COVID had happened, or like 2018, the Earth entered this like paradox or time loop, and it's getting
and, like,
faster and
timeline
faster. Like
switch.
COVID was like, yeah, like this whole timeline, we moved into a different like whatever, and it has to do with like the Mandela effect and things like that. And I've seen this video where this guy has, you know, the Berenstain Bears, like that children's book.
Yeah.
So like he literally like he's on camera filming it, and he like walks into his room and it changes and walks out and it changes back. And he walks in and changes, walks out, changes back. Easily fabricated video. I understand.
Easily- I was
But
gonna say,
that is
easily
more
fabricated.
believable than the fact that we've only ever had
Right.
12 men on the moon and never went back.
I don't know, dude. I mean, you could have more than a dozen.
We could have had more than 12 people on the moon.
I know, but like, why?
Why
We
wouldn't
gotta
you
get
want
the
a spaceship?
fuck
Imagine the
off the
amusement
moon.
park you could build up there.
That would be
Yeah,
so
sure.
fucking fire.
Sure, the liability's high. A lot of risk.
Yeah, get them to sign waivers. You'll be chilling.
Exactly, dude. I would
I would
gladly
ride.
sign a waiver to go to the moon.
Because realistically, I'm getting sent into space, and yeah, it's gonna suck, but it is gonna be so fucking glorious for a good like minute and a half, probably before I suffocate and die. It'd be dope. It'd be dope.
I think the whole like Earth in a time loop thing is probably more believable.
Low key.
Or like we hopped a timeline, or that video is more believable than the moon landing.
You think there's alternate dimensions like in Rick and Morty?
Yeah, 100%.
I think so.
100%.
I think so. I think it's possible that there's alternate realities.
Yeah, no, there definitely is.
I feel like there's just not a way to, like, warp to them like that.
Probably. Not yet. Not for us. Not yet.
Probably not.
Because like so the whole thing that comes back. I think we've talked about this on the podcast before. Is like time travel.
Yeah,
is relatively impossible because, like, if there is another timeline, everything becomes the future. Or like, I think that's what it is everything becomes the future. So like, if me and you are like 40 years in the future and we're like, yo, we got to go back in time and tell these guys to start the podcast, that is that is our future. You know, like not like me and you right now, but like that's their future, is to come back here and then jump back to the future, and it's just a constant like jump. You know what I mean? Like, it just constantly ends up in a thing, and that's what you see in TV shows all the time. Like, the most recent one I've seen is Family Guy, where Brian and Stewie go back and they fuck up, and then he, like, Brian tells himself to write Harry Potter, or Brian then tries to stop 9/11, and then they have to correct it, and then, like, all this other shit. And it just, like, it keeps going in a loop and a loop and a loop and a loop.
That's always the thing in, like, TV shows and movies, is it's like, don't fuck with anything, because...
Yeah.
If you ruin the past, you'll fuck with the future or something like that.
Because you can't travel back in time without just having an endless future loop and creating more and more and more and more timelines. And then it's this whole thing of it has to be more than time travel, because you can't go back just in time. Because like if I'm standing right here and I say, "Hey, let's travel back to 1880," the Earth was in a completely different spot than it is right now on this day. Like the axis have shifted, so on, whatever. You're never going. So it's more than just time jump. Which I don't know why this just sparked this idea in my head. This whole thing of, I saw this other one that was like William Shakespeare and his wife are reincarnated into Anne Hathaway and her now husband. So like William Shakespeare, the greatest playwright / actor like of his generation, like of his era, died, and when him and his wife died, they created this pact that one day we will reincarnate, and you will be the famous actor, and you will be the famous person, and I'm gonna be the guy in the background. Because like if you look up a picture side by side of what William Shakespeare's paintings are, and then her husband, facial features are like identical. Same thing with her and his wife, identical, dude. Like fucking weird as shit. And they were both born. So, like, she was born on their wedding anniversary, and he shares a birthday or some shit. And, or, like, a death date, he was born on that day. And it's, like, an exact year amount apart. Fucking wild.
Dude, have you ever seen, like, people say that, like, celebrities, like, sold their soul for fame?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. That's true.
Do you think that's possible?
Yeah. 100%.
How can I get on that train?
You have to meet the right people, and
That's
like
true.
you're chosen. So from what I've gathered in my extensive research of the Illuminati, is it's not like you're not selling your soul necessarily to the devil, but it's more of a demon or the darkness. It may be the devil, I don't know, but it's you're selling your soul to the other side, so that way you won't move on to heaven. So you'll live in a luxurious life, but you won't move on to the past life. Or if you do move on to the past life, you'll go to the underworld or hell or whatever. Blah blah blah.
Sure.
And again, it's basically you have to meet the right people, and they have to either ask you or you have to pose the question of, hey, how do I go along this? But it has to be perceived in a certain way, I guess. I'm not entirely sure, but I think that's totally real.
Who do you think did? Like, is
for-
there any name that immediately pops to your head?
Yeah. Fuck. What's his name? Hold on. Jay-Z and Beyonce. 100%. 100%. I would probably say, man, you asked if I had names, and I had like 10 people, and as soon as I was about to say them, a lot. No, not the Kardashians.
You don't think so?
I used to think Kanye, but no, not anymore. Like when I was young, I used to think Kanye, and I love Kanye. And like that. That's just me being honest. I don't think.
What about Juice?
Would I say he sold his soul? Yeah.
I think so. I
Like,
feel like he gave me the vibe. Kyrie gives me those weird type of.
I
He's got
agree.
like the whole all-seeing eye and all that shit. Like
Yeah.
in his
Same thing with
shoes.
Lil Uzi and shit. Like I don't
Yeah,
understand that
like
either.
he's got it all in his shoes, and he's got it tatted. Kyrie does, and I
Yeah.
mean, that shit's
I definitely
annoying.
used to think Kanye did just because of like a lot of the shit. But recently I don't because of shit that's going on in his life, and it's really changed my viewpoint of him. I still enjoy his music. I don't think I hate him, and I'm not trying to cancel Ye or anything like that. However, like the shit he said was wrong, and he shouldn't have said it.
I
But
feel like when it comes to like rappers and shit, I always take their music and separate it from the
yeah, it's
artist.
from who they are because like
Yeah,
it's just so much other shit.
because like
If you don't, you're not gonna have any music to listen to. I'm sorry, there's no pure soul out there in the music industry.
no, not
There's
one.
not. There's not.
Especially the big ones. Do you think Drake did? Speaking of selling souls, whatever the fuck.
I want to say yes because of like how his career has gone, but I also want to say no because it wasn't just he was a child actor. He had rapped at a young age,
Did have Degrassi.
and it like blew up in that aspect. But I think, would I say at that age? No. Would I say now? Yes. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
when he first started, no. Like he just ended up getting successful, but to
I
get to
don't
the
even know,
get to the
like-
level he's at now, I would say yes.
I don't even know like how that would even
I don't know. I really don't know.
work. But that shit's crazy, dude.
I think there's a lot of people out there that have sold their soul.
Probably.
Like a lot.
Like, dude, I want to be rich, but I don't want to be famous.
Yeah, I just want to make money.
Yeah.
I mean, I
just want
guess
money,
for
not
what I want to
fame.
do with my life, I guess I would be somewhat famous if I were to
I
make it
was
big
gonna
doing this,
say,
but
If this worked out well for you,
I mean, there's many people that I can go to and be like, hey, do you know who Tim the Tatman is? Hey, do you know who Dr. Disrespect is? Hey, do you know who Courage JD is? Like,
you
I could go to,
Courage?
yeah, I could go to anyone,
Fucking love
and I
Courage.
guarantee you, like, probably 6 out of 10 people have no idea who they are. To me, like, yeah, okay, that's famous, but like,
Yeah.
I would even venture to say like, hey, 8 out of 10 people. Like, if I'm
Do you
just
know-
walking down the streets, I would probably say 7 or 8 out of 10 people have no idea who they are.
I feel like, dude, it's weird. Like, I feel like internet famous and like actually famous are like two different things. You know what I mean? Like movie star famous. Like,
Because like think Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, fucking Angelina Jolie, a lot of music singers, a lot of people know, regardless of what genre they listen to. But like, I mean, like you said, internet celebrities. So say Tim the Tatman, Ninja, like two of the biggest streamers on their platform. Not to mention, like they have outstanding YouTube careers and are active on social media. Yeah, I'm sure they get recognized a ton, but I bet you it's like probably 1 in every 15 people or 1 in every 10 people will recognize them. Ninja probably more than the other, but like, yeah, you go out to dinner, someone comes up to you, says hi, it builds a line because people are like, oh, wow, this is a celebrity, whatever. And they may not have no idea. Like, think about that.
yeah.
Like, think about when you go to Walmart. If I go to Walmart in Gloversville, man, I'm guaranteed to see someone that knows me, right? Like, you're probably guaranteed somewhere in Boston Spa, you go somewhere, you're going to know someone. But how often do you think that happens? Think about you go back to your high school like today. There's going to be a lot of the teachers are going to know you. Some of the students may still know you, but 75% of the people that are there right now aren't going to know you. That's how I kind of view that.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
There's a huge difference in being internet famous and being a celebrity.
Celebrity. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
huge.
what I've always thought.
Huge difference.
It's like even like Young Gravy, bro. Like he's been huge on the internet.
I've known of him for forever since I was like 16 or
Forever,
17.
too. And bro, I barely know anyone who knows.
Yeah. I mean, look at his concerts, man. Like, his concerts remind me, well, not all of them, but like some of them. He'll do in like a small concert hall like Chris Webby. And like Chris Webby's been an underground artist for 15 years. To me, Young Gravy, not necessarily a household name, but like a lot of people know him.
Yeah, he's bigger now.
But like you look at some of the concerts he does, and it's like, man, this guy's fucking huge. Like, I'm gonna pull up his monthly listeners, and I want you to guess what his monthly listeners are on Spotify. Go ahead and give me a number before I even see it. I'm gonna guess it's less than 2 million. I'm gonna guess it's less than 2. 1.3?
Yeah.
It's 9.5 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
Atta boy Gravy.
You know what I mean? Like that's still so low. And he drops music pretty frequently. So like if you go, I'm gonna pull up Kanye, 49 million.
40, yeah.
And he hasn't dropped an album on Spotify since 2021, which was Donda. He dropped Donda 2, but it's only exclusively on his fucking little speaker thing. The stem player was the only way he released it. You had to buy that. So
that thing was sick, dude.
A guy that hasn't released music in over a year on a platform, or like even who's another famous artist that doesn't Rihanna. Rihanna hasn't released music in a fucking decade, it seems like 5 years. 71 million.
Damn.
71 million. Granted, she just released the Black Panther. She just released the Black Panther shit. Haven't seen the movie yet. Really excited, but like her last actual album was in 2016. 6 years.
That's crazy. Wow.
Unfucking real, bro. Sold her soul. I actually don't think she did.
I don't think so.
I really don't think she did. I think she's just talented and it worked out, and she seems like a genuine human being. See, like this, I don't think so. I mean,
you don't think she's fine?
I think she's attractive.
Dude, okay, maybe
like so like on the scale of like, yeah, I don't know. Like I would say like she's attractive, but I wouldn't be like, yeah, like that's the one, you know? That's just my opinion.
Right. Nah, I don't know. I mean, like, she's always been attractive, I've thought.
You ever seen Kevin Gates talk about her? You seen that, right?
Bro, yeah,
the big ass cranium. I love Kevin Gates, dude. He's funny as fuck.
Came out as bi recently.
I did not see that. Good for him.
Kevin Gates, yeah.
I did not see that.
A lot of people couldn't see it coming, and I was like, this man talked about booty a lot on his
about songs. A lot of things, yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily specified what kind of booty, you know?
For sure. He definitely did not specify.
But no, yeah. Kevin Gates is still my dog.
Yeah, I love Kevin Gates. He's funny as fuck. Well, yeah, man. I mean, other than that, I don't have anything else to talk about tonight. I think we had some interesting discussions tonight, bro.
This was the most random fucking pod, bro.
It's because we didn't plan for it, bro. We had nothing to talk about tonight.
I know, we got blindsided tonight. We apologize, folks, for the
it happens.
For the slight I don't know, misscheduling, I guess.
Yeah, but no worries.
I feel like this was still solid.
I feel like this was a really good episode, yeah. I feel like it was really good. But
Travi will be missed.
Travi should be back next week, hopefully.
Should be.
His schedule seems like it's changing, so we may have to change when we record, but that is besides the point. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the 2 Kill Time Podcast. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, or leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. We do appreciate you listening and the constant support. We're going to keep these weekly, like I said in the beginning of this podcast, and we're just going to try and keep interesting guests coming on. And I want to make a splash in the guest, man. Like I want to have a big guest on soon, like someone, man. Like I don't care if it's an athlete, like. I want to get someone on. Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to think of somebody who we should have on that people would be like, holy fuck. Like, obviously not too big because we're a small podcast and we want to get people off to the right foot and people won't just randomly come on our podcast. So,
yeah, let me just,
yeah.
I don't even know.
Exactly.
On real quick.
But yeah, so we're gonna try and figure that out. If you guys know of anybody that you think you would want us to have on the podcast that you think would be a good fit and a good mesh for our energy, please feel free to let us know. But that is going to be the end of this podcast, guys. I hope you guys have a great week, and we will see y'all in the next one.
Peace.